Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Jemima Speaks. My name is Jemima. I'm a registered nurse. In this channel, I've created just to talk about health and wellness, how to create, start, and maintain a healthy lifestyle, just to prevent us from having some health issues. And if we already have some health issues, what we can do to holistically manage them. So today, I'm coming back really to finish on the topic that I posted last week, which was on high blood pressure. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And for those who are coming back, thank you so much. I appreciate your patronage and the time you spent listening to me. And please remember to hit the like button and share with your friends. So like I said, I wanted to say a little bit more about high blood pressure. And some of the things I want to say has to do with those who are managing high blood pressure. So a lot of us, especially in the West, there's the diagnosis of high blood pressure. The diagnosis is usually followed by some type of a prescription. Then you have to go to your local pharmacy, pick up that drug, and you're supposed to take it in a particular way. I just want to encourage you to, as you start to take a new medication, whether it's blood pressure or not, always pay attention of how it impacts you. Because all these drugs, yes, they can go and do some of the positive impact that they're supposed to regarding the high blood pressure or whatever ailments you're trying to manage. But those drugs also have side effects. For those who's gone to the pharmacy to pick up a medication, there's usually a paper that the pharmacists give you that tells you everything about that drug. You can also Google information about that drug. Part of the information that's on that paper is the side effects, meaning negative impact that it may have had or other impact other than what it's supposed to do in your body that people have experienced while taking the medication, and so it was documented. Some of the side effects of taking high blood pressure are, the number one really is increased urination. Some of the blood pressure medication, the way it brings down your blood pressure is by pushing fluid out of your bloodstream. And the way fluid is pushed out is through your kidneys. So now you end up having to urinate a lot more. That's why I encourage people who are taking high blood pressure medication, if your medication is prescribed where you only take it once a day, try to take it early enough so when you go to bed, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go empty your bladder. And so increased urination is definitely one of them. And that's important because all that extra fluid, if your body is not able to excrete it through your urine, it end up filling up other areas in your body. That's why one of the areas that fluid can go, one of the locations is around the ankles, your feet. At the end of the day, you see the sock. If you're wearing a socks, you see that indentation because the fluid is there, it's retained. Puffy face, your ring can feel tight because your hands have fluid in there. So there's a bunch of other places that fluid can accumulate, but those are the most that people are usually aware of. And so it's important that the medication push out that extra fluid so it doesn't go in places that it's not supposed to be. Again, remember, the fluids, they accumulate because the heart is not able to pump with the power that it should. And so it's not able to get the movement of the fluid happening. And so one of the side effects is increased urination. Some people have also expressed the side effect of having a fast heart rate. Like you have palpitation, your heart is beating faster. Or you feel like you can't catch your breath. You might be sitting doing nothing and all of a sudden you feel like your heart skipped a beat or you have to catch your breath and you are doing nothing. And so those are also side effects. Depending on the medication, there's a particular medication that has adverse effect to Black people, oh my gosh, I need to look up the name, but once you take it, it really it makes you cough, like this dry cough. And a lot of doctors don't prescribe that medication to Black people because they realize that in Black people, it caused this very annoying, non-stopping dry cough. So there's many side effects. So take your time to read what the side effects are on your medication. And if you experience any of them, tell your doctor, because your doctor can change it to something else. And so not all medications may go well with you. So pay attention to how your body feel in regards to the medication, and communicate with your doctor if you do have a side effect. Maybe it's something that I did not say, but pay attention to your body. That's one thing. The other thing that can happen as well when you're taking a medication is you want to make sure that you take it at the right time. Sometimes your medication, you're supposed to take it once a day, or you might have to take it twice a day, 3 times a day. Whatever the way it's prescribed, really do your best to take it at that time. So if you have a medication, it's prescribed twice a day. Let's say you take one in the morning and then you take one at night. Try to take it around those same hours so that your body can get used to it, and the medication can have the impact it's supposed to have. Most of these medication, the impact, the result, you only see it after taking it for like every day for a week or every day for 2 weeks. And so when you skip taking it, or you take it for 1 day and you don't take it for 3 days, then it will take you longer for you to see the impact of it, because you've not allowed it to accumulate in your system the way it's supposed to. And there's some medications, actually, you're not supposed to skip a dose because it has a negative impact on your body. So really try your very best to take it the way that it's prescribed for you to take it, so that you can have the most impact. What else? I had dropped down some notes. The other way as well, when you've been prescribed a medication, you want to make sure that that you take it the right way, that you report any side effects, and also pay attention to what you're eating. There are some foods that can keep the medication from working. There are some foods that make the medication work too much, and there are some foods, and so you want to make sure that you're not having double impact, or you doing something that cancel out the impact of the medication. For a list of those foods, you can Google them. I don't have them readily right now, but I can look them up and then put them in the description box later. So pay attention to that. The other thing I can really recommend is make sure that the doctor that you follow, it's somebody that you trust, that doctor is somebody that listens to you. I know, like I said before in another video, over here where I am in the West, most doctors only have 15 minutes to spend with you. In that 15 minutes, it's a lot of information being passed quickly. And so make sure it's somebody that you feel like actually hears you. Not many people know how to listen, but that the doctor really remembers you, that they pay attention to you, things like that. And so that's very important, so that you guys are working together for the betterment of your health. Very, very important. Another thing, to really start some kind of a physical movement regimen. It could be walking, it could be jogging, it could be weightlifting, it could also be yoga, it could be meditation, some kind of movement that helps your body to de-stress. And as your body is being de-stressed, you are strengthening the heart. Remember, the heart is a muscle. So you really want to do exercise to push it to work so that it can become stronger. And so these kind of movements can help your heart to really pump and become stronger. So definitely add some type of I don't want to say exercise. Some people, they hear the word and they're scared, but movement, some type of movement, whether it be even doing chores, instead of using the vacuum sweep or instead of using the Swiffer wet jet, get on your knees and use those arms. That's exercise. Throw your kid up in the air, play with them. Those also are movements. Whatever it is that gets your heart pumping. Talking about getting your heart pumping, if you are in relationships or in situations that cause you a lot of stress, try as much as you can to avoid those relationships or eliminate them, because believe it or not, our heart really get impacted when we are in situations that are toxic, where we feel a lot of disappointment, where we feel a lot of betrayal, broken heart. Actually really do happen. You actually feel the pain in your heart. So all those things are things you can do to decrease the pressure that's on your heart. And of course, like I said already, getting good night's sleep, because as we rest, that's when the body does the repair, build the body stronger, and of course, starting your day device free so that you can start your day in a zen mode as opposed to in a stressful mode. And so all those are things you can practically do to really, if you already have high blood pressure, to help to decrease it. Last week I talked about, paying attention to the kind of food you put in your body, decreasing the salt, making sure you're drinking enough water, all that. But this week I really wanted to give a little bit of time with the taking of the medication, as well as movements. Very important. One more thing I do want to say about the medication: you may start off by taking one medication, and if your blood pressure is not well managed, the doctor may add another medication on it. Now, you might say, well, why is that? Different medication decrease the pressure in our heart different way. Like I said earlier, there's some type of medication, their job is to help your body to get rid of the excess fluid in the bloodstream, so you urinate a lot. There are other medications that impact your heart at the level of the electrical level. If it's because of some kind of a misfiring of the heart, it can focus on that. There's different types of medication that helps you with things like calcium, because that's also part of the whole electricity without getting into nitty-gritty detail. So medications impact, decrease your blood pressure differently. You can sit down and try to ask the doctor for the mechanics of it, but just understand sometimes it's not necessarily increasing the amount that counts. It's increasing the quality. What is this medication doing specifically? How is this medication, how is it working with the first one to bring the pressure down? Sometimes you do need that complementary help to get it to work. So I just wanted to say that so you don't freak out if the doctor add to your medication. So for those who are thinking, can I reverse it? You can, but it takes a lot of work. A lot of the reason why a lot of the doctors here don't talk about reversing things like high blood pressure and diabetes, because a lot of it has to do with lifestyle. Yes, in changing your lifestyle is the most challenging, right? Because that would require for you to invest time, pay attention to your body. How does it feel? Making sure you're eating healthy food, making sure you avoid the foods that have negative impact on your body, making sure you're getting enough rest, making sure you're avoiding stressful situation. So it really, it's all encompassing. And the way the society is out here in the US, it's a very stress-filled life. And so you may be able to manage one or two of those areas, but it would all have to depend on how you manage all of them in a consistent basis, where you get to a point where under the supervision of your doctor, the doctor can say, oh, I think your blood pressure is okay. Let's start taking you off the medication. So I would suggest you do it together with your doctor and not by yourself. It is possible, but it's very challenging. That's all I can say. but I have known people that has been successful at it, and so I'm not going to say it's impossible. Okay, I do want to say that. What else can I say? I started to talk a little bit about constipation. I'm just gonna say this much. It does um, our anus and our colon. There's a vessel there that impacts our heart as well, and so all that the pushing, it can really impact the heart. And so next week I'm going to speak more in detail about constipation, what causes constipation, and what impact does constipation have on our body, as well as how to avoid it. And so that's all I can say for that. I don't want to spend too much time, but I do want to wrap up high blood pressure by saying that type 1 high blood pressure in itself is one of those diseases that are caused by lifestyle. And the big debate is that, is it genetic or not? Well, if you grow up in a home where there's a particular way that food is cooked, there's a particular way people eat in terms of exercise, it's done or not done, and that gets passed down to you. So do you call that genetics? Genetics has to do with your DNA, not necessarily your lifestyle. It's more nature versus nurture. And so I personally believe it more has to do with your lifestyle. And so, genetic, were you born to have high blood pressure? It depends, really. That would have to be a specific test that is done to determine that. All this to say, you don't have to feel hopeless if you've been diagnosed with high blood pressure. You have the power to change your lifestyle and take control. First, manage it with your doctor. And as you implement different changes in your lifestyle, just monitor the progress until you get to the point that the doctor and you can see, okay, we can come off of it. Again, the power is in your hand. That's what I want to communicate. And so that's all I have to say today about high blood pressure. I look forward to talking to you some more specifically about constipation. Not a fun topic, right? But oh my gosh, it does make such a big difference when you're able to move your bowels every day like we're supposed to. Yes, every day. And so thank you again for spending this time with me. Please put a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Questions, comments, all of it. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Please subscribe. And of course, share with your friends and hit the like button. Thank you so much for spending the time. I hope you find the information beneficial. And I am taking new clients. So if you want to have a private consultation where I look at your medications with you, we review, we talk about some of the stuff that I said, more detail, please drop me a comment. You can also email me. My website information is inside the description box. You can go to my website or you can send me an email. I'd be more than happy to assist you. Thank you again for your time. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thanks again. Remember, you got to take care of yourself. Only you're the best person to take care of yourself. So have a good week and take care of yourself.